Hey, welcome to day 7, or I guess video 7, day with CK, and appreciate all the comments and everything I've been getting so far, especially on video 5. I think the story mode is kind of a fun way to do this. So I want to tell you a little story about how I got into web development, which is what I do as a career, but not something I have any kind of formal training in or even anything I went to school for, so I think you'll enjoy it. So at 4 years old, I was taking pictures with a camera my dad gave me. And after that, it became a hobby. You know, I loved seeing the world through the lens. We would go and shoot photos sometimes, and then I ended up taking classes for that in college, which became my degree. But at 6 or 7 years old, I was building computers with him in our basement because he had a consulting firm that he ran as kind of a home-based business, and he taught me about doing work for clients and building computers, assembling all the parts, even like soldering things onto motherboards and stuff like that. So from an early age, it was entrepreneurial and photo, video, computers from the very start. Just before the turn of the century, I love being able to say that, I discovered that you had to be able to put things online if you wanted people to find them, so I was doing photos and videos and stuff by that time. I would have been, 14, 15, something like that, and thinking about the fact, I want people to come see my stuff. I want to know that I can put something out and people can consume it, because that's why one of the reasons you create things is so people can see it, right? So I realized that Microsoft Word would output HTML files, not HTML, HTML files, and you had to update all the pieces manually and all that stuff. It was really horrible. But you could output web pages with Microsoft Word. So I made my first website in Microsoft Word, 99, right around there. And from then, it was, discovering GeoCities and Tripod and all these other horrible web hosts that put banners all over your page, and trying to come up with ways to host pictures and host video and even do like file transfer and things like that were really, really awful to do back then because the bandwidth was so bad and the transfer speeds were so low. But it taught me to publish, and it taught me to do stuff with my hands, to be able to even get into writing a little code and stuff like that. Nothing like what I do today, but it taught me the principles that I needed to take publishing online. And the less fun part of this story is that right here we have to acknowledge that CK dropped the ball a lot of times when it came to online publishing and things like that, because as I got more and more excited about new technologies and I was able to deploy more ideas by creating sites and tools and services and things like that, and as I started exposing more of that so that I could do things for other people, so that it would give me more opportunities to do new things and then to learn more so I could do more things, there was a lot of missed communication. And I think I may make a video at some point about failed commitments, just to kind of keep everything out in the open. I want to be as honest as possible, because in the habit of publishing things, there was definitely a disconnect at times where I just dropped the ball and just didn't deliver on things that I said I would do. And from there, the rest really is history. I started making sites to put projects online, eventually started learning and building up more knowledge. Never took any classes or anything, just kind of inspected a lot of pages and broke a lot of things. And so at some point, someone said, "Hey, I'll pay you to make a website." And I thought that sounded pretty cool. And so then after a while, more people started doing that, and it became a career. So that's what I do full time now. I make websites, and it's a great way to learn, a great way to publish things, and I really enjoy it as a medium to work in every day. So, it's 12:30. I did get a pass though, because today I took a break, so I don't want to be false, but I'm pouring a lot of time into this, and at some point I would love to go back and do the audio video style storytelling. I have this idea to kind of parlay the web stuff that I'm learning and then go back to the writing and the audio video. Maybe it's in games, maybe it's something else, I don't know. I'm working with as many people as I can and getting as many different as much exposure to different technologies I possibly can during this phase of life. And I see some things changing in the future, but ultimately I'm really excited to be here. I love working for 40 Digits and the opportunities that has provided. It's where I've been here almost 3 years now. And being able to say that I'm a full-time web developer feels pretty cool. It's neat to have something to actually put a label on this desire to publish and build and do things that I've had from a very young age. And you know, I could not have told you 15, 16 years ago that this is the industry I would be in, but I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I've had that I can't help but continue to go forward. I love learning with a group. I love working with a team on a consistent basis because you build rapport, and it teaches you to enjoy the fact that everyone is learning and you're learning all different things, not just, you know, the projects you're working on or the things that you're doing. You learn how to learn by being around other people, and when you're forced to be in something every day and you apply your effort and you apply your mind to it, then you start to pick up skills that are kind of tertiary, and you start to get into other things. You know, I was fascinated by games before, but now I've actually had opportunity to explore a little bit because of these other connected fields and people I've worked with and projects I've done and stuff like that. So overall, I think the story of Mr. Technicianal Man is kind of it's a sordid tale, but it's going in a neat direction, and I don't know exactly how I got where I am or where the path ahead is leading, but I love the journey and I enjoy the process because it's not about the technology, it's not about even the projects themselves. It's about the process and the heart behind it, because the desire is to publish and the desire is to tell stories, and the best way to do that in our culture and in our day, in the time in which we are living, is by doing exactly this right here. It's by doing it online. It's doing I edit these videos on my phone, not because I don't have the degree or the tools or anything else to do it. It's because I want to tell the story in the context of the moment so that it can be archived, but it also can be accessible, and it's something that I can do on a regular basis so that you can consume on a regular basis. And I think there's that mindset is just reinforced by the technology and by being in it on a regular basis. So I really appreciate you watching. I know this one's a little longer, but hopefully you enjoyed the story mode, and I'd love to hear your comments. Again, really appreciate everybody who's watched and commented up to this point. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.